A total of 8 competitors make up the field of the Lions Break Crown Tournament. Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin Kelly. I want to thank you all for joining us here. And we've been touching base with some of the stars that you've seen, some new faces, some new names here on New Japan Strong. New episodes each and every Friday at NJPWworld.com. I got Blake Christian with me right now, who immediately has become one of my favorites. And I said you were the MVP of a 6-man tag. Or was it an 8-man tag? It was a crazy match, but you were the MVP because you helped your team win, and that's all I cared about. So awesome, outstanding.
I'm glad to be here. It's awesome. Being in New Japan Strong, and then just being out there and the fans, and like no fans actually, my bad. But still, like the fans at home and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just been an experience.
Talk to me about what it's like wrestling in front of no fans.
I actually watched back the New Japan Strong, and one of you guys actually said, like, with no fans, there's no adrenaline. So you actually feel everything. But, it's still the same mindset, still the same goal. Go out there, pick up the win for your team or for yourself. So, you just fight through the pain.
Where did the wrestling journey begin for you? How did you find your way into this crazy industry?
I was always a fan. Like when I was younger, I think it was right before I started school that I was actually like watching like SmackDown and stuff like that. But ever since then, I knew I wanted to be a wrestler. And then it was my senior year of high school that I was like, I'm gonna go get trained after I graduate high school. And eventually that path kind of led other ways. And I went to college and I was in nursing school, and I just kind of found myself not wrestling anymore. So, but my ex-girlfriend that I actually dated in high school had passed away, and I kind of went into like a depression or whatever. And, I thought, now's the time. So I got in some touch with some guys from McKenzie, Tennessee, and kind of just took off from there.
The having that, kind of that other career path, I would imagine, is kind of good for you. Does it help you knowing that you've been to college, you went to nursing school, you've got something perhaps you could fall back on? How does that help you through all of these ups and downs with wrestling?
I actually, wrestling in nursing school was kind of hard to like do. So I actually changed my major, but at the time before I started training, I was in nursing school. So, I couldn't really tell you. I'm sure as a nurse and wrestling, it would be easier because nurses make a lot of money. But, as far as like jobs, I was a gymnastics coach. I worked in a liquor store. Were they side by side? Couldn't really tell you. No. It's actually separate times.
Okay. Because, sometimes when you're dealing with, those parents, you might need a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
So gymnastics, and boy, does that seem to fit hand in hand with your style. Again, I've gotten to be familiar with you now, but it was my first introduction getting to see Blake Christian wrestle. And I was just blown away at how athletic you are. And all of a sudden, bang, zoom, flying everywhere. Holy crap, where did this come from? Is that just something you were born with, that gymnastics ability? Was that something you trained and developed as a kid growing up?
I always like flipped as a kid, like off the bed, off the stuff when I was like younger. But it wasn't until my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college that I was actually like a male cheerleader. And that's when I really started to like train technique and stuff like that.
Where did you go to college?
There's a place called Bethel University. And then after my freshman year, I transferred to the University of Memphis.
Oh, so I would imagine. Now, I know wrestling has changed a lot over the years. And of course, there was that quintessential, as it was always termed, the Tennessee style. But everything changes with wrestling. So
Right.
How familiar are with you with the old days of, that Tennessee style? And do you incorporate any of that, into your wrestling?
I'm very familiar with it. A lot of the places that I started at was all about that style, and like I would always do different things. So I got in trouble a lot, but I try to incorporate it in there, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not punching people. So I incorporate the kick part, but not the punch.
Yeah, the punch kick, and it was a lot of it was always a lot of fun for me, to be involved because when developmental and WWE had their group in Memphis, to be able to kind of see the older generation, whether it was Jerry Lawler or Buddy Wayne, guys like that who were involved. Derek King, of course, who I still is active and is a huge influence on wrestling today. But I could sit here and talk Memphis wrestling with you all day and all night if you wanted to. But the was there pressure on you, because it's a big step up to New Japan Pro Wrestling and a New Japan Strong? How did you feel when you got that call? And did you feel any of that pressure?
I was ecstatic, the pressure was definitely on. I was definitely nervous, especially being in there in the ring with like guys like ACH and TJP. So, I mean, the pressure was on, and it was such a different step in style wise from Tennessee. But, at the same time, I was I was doing like the top independent, like PWG, GCW, stuff like that. So, I mean, I was used to it, but style wise from Tennessee to New Japan, very, very different.
Was there ever a goal for you to be in New Japan Pro Wrestling before any of this came about?
Absolutely. I've always been like the junior heavyweight style. Obviously my size, my height and stuff like that is the junior heavyweight stature. So, when I was studying and training, I was always watching, Super Juniors or Super J Cup, and I was watching a lot of the cruiserweight stuff. So it's always kind of been of a goal to do Super Juniors and Super J Cup and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely was a goal of mine before all of this.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were growing up? Who was the one guy you emulated?
Eddie Guerrero. That's my all-time favorite.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be Eddie Guerrero because I almost said that in commentary. I swear I almost said that in commentary. There was something, and I can't remember now as I'm sitting here, but there was something that you did. Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. I'll think of it later, and I'll text you. And I swear it was an Eddie Guerrero move. So that's amazing. I think that's so great. Obviously, Eddie Guerrero is. Yeah. I mean, he's the gold standard by which
absolutely
wrestlers. So you picked a good one there, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so funny.
All-time favorite.
So the idea of trying to stand out in a situation like this, where you're a relative unknown to the new audience that you're connecting to, how difficult is that? Or is it not difficult at all? Do you just let your athleticism and your style kind of speak for itself?
I think it's kind of both, I know there's a lot of things that I do that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people see it kind of differently. So I knew that I could incorporate that. But I mean, and then again, you're in the ring with ACH, TJP, Alex Zane, who's my best friend, but does all of this crazy stuff. So, I mean, I knew I had to do something to get people talking about me. So,
well, you got me talking about you. You got me talking about you just by being the guy who won the match for the team.
Thank you.
Those are those little things that I always try to bring out in commentary, because so many times we'll focus on the result. So-and-so was victorious over so-and-so. But I think what fans need to realize is that there's always, especially in a tag, there's moving pieces and parts. And everybody's got a role to play. And if more guys do their job, then that team is going to find success. So that's the reason why you guys found success, no doubt.
Absolutely.
What? Okay, so this upcoming Lions Break Crown tournament, You're not going to have tag partners. It's all you. It's a knockout tournament format, 8 guys, all looking to be the first Lions Break Crown winner. Talk to me about what that would mean to win this whole thing.
I mean, it's a rocket ship straight to the top, you know. It's a way to get noticed faster, and especially it being the first one and me being relatively unknown right now to the New Japan audience. So the pressure's on, but the all heart mindset tends to really show and when pressure's on too. So
I do want to ask you about a couple of your compadres on the New Japan Strong show. You mentioned TJP. I like the way TJP will pull a young guy aside and try to teach him some things, or go to him with some advice, and is very open for those who come to him. How has he been influential to you?
Man, he's been so great as far as like the little interactions that we've had. But this is a guy who seems like he studies wrestling nonstop. So, I mean, it's just a fountain of knowledge that just keeps pouring and pouring out. So, I mean, I think the little match that we had, and then, of course, the one that's coming up, I think those will really play a part in teaching me what I need to know.
And I do have to ask you about Alex Zane, because you did say he's your best friend. He's out there, right?
Right.
And I dig that. Is he? He's got a little bit of that Hardy vibe that I always, I like. He's just a different breed of cat, right?
Yeah, it's just something else. To be as tall as he is and to still be able to do all that, it's insane.
You guys are both a good social media follow, by the way. I do enjoy the banter back and forth, the interplay, the ribbitry on the road. Those are fun moments.
Yes.
You find ways to get under his skin.
Yep, and he finds ways to get under mine.
Well, that's tremendous. So Blake, the journey of pro wrestling is never a straight road. And things you have in mind today change completely tomorrow. But if I got you to look maybe 10 years down the road, where do you see yourself?
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to, like you said, it's a bumpy road, but I would like to say that I'm where I'm at now, like in New Japan, hopefully with all the crazy stuff in the world that's going on right now. People are allowed to travel back and forth. So, and then hopefully the Super Junior Cup will come around again, and hoping to be a part of that, hoping to keep making a stride, keep making an impact to get there. So, hoping to see one of those, or
I think the again, a future Super J Cup, I think would be a great homage to the training and the study that you did on your way to this point, to be able to have that opportunity to compete in a tournament that has been on par with the greatest, junior heavyweight, events ever. And I think that that's a
right.
very realistic goal for somebody like you. You've got all the tools, and I think the future is going to be very, very bright. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and I like your approach. I think you're going to do great. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in this tournament as well. I know it's going to be a competitive field, but I just want to wish you the best of luck. I want to thank you for your time. And
thank you for having
fun
me.
with Alex. Please keep him in line.
Always. I got to figure out my next thing.
Always scheming. I know it. It's a little of that Eddie Guerrero as well. I love it. All right, Blake Christian, want to thank you for your time here, and hope everybody enjoys the upcoming Lions Break Crown tournament. You'll see it all unfold on New Japan Strong each and every Friday. New episode right here at NJPWworld.com. I'm Kevin Kelly. We'll see you next time.